It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. He comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming #1. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Denver. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Manning. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Manning going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. In motion, the tight end. Manning now to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
By Leo Chanel, a 6-yard loss. It's 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Open man right side is Rice. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 3rd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. To throw, it's Manning. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Chubb again. And he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
Third down and goal to go.
Chubb. Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. Tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches, grind it out, and make sure that ball...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now here comes Kansas City.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week.
15 carries, 63 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. From the gun on third down, Mahomes able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelce. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. This will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Mahomes. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down, Kansas City.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs at 8-1 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And this is so uncharacteristic for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from the guys taking really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So the search for that patience here now. Throwing is Manning. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Manning. Got it. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Throwing now is Manning. And that's complete to Sanders. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 49-yard
To throw is Manning. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. On play action, it's Manning. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. In motion right is Thomas.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Manning to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Leo Chanel able to record his 5th sack of the season. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now Manning. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco getting set for this next possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Mahomes again. They'll drop this off to Pacheco. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. In motion, the tight end, Kelce. Mahomes now to throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelce. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half #1. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And again, it's Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
2nd and 7.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Panthers trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Fighting through at the 25.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now here's Mahomes. Short throw held in by Kelsey.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Manning going to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. To throw, it's Manning. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Manning now to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Manning. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
In motion, the tight end Kelsey. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
He came very close to absolutely destroying their defensive strategy, didn't he? Broke some tackles and came very close to picking up a first down. They've got to wrap up better.
Indeed, but they were able to get him down before that marker. Now Sanders. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end Kelsey. Now Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Kansas City.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
These two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. First and 10. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal, Kansas City.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Touchdown!
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And running with power here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They'd love to just start back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down, Kansas City.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A quick throw caught by Rice. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now it's Mahomes again. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Manning. And Sanders has got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on the offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
He'll take it inside the 25. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And again, it's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Manning going to throw. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Manning. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. He's still on his feet. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 40.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Manning.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Another Denver Broncos. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Manning. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. The 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk reward, the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Again, it's Pacheco. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. And it's straight. It's Pacheco.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3rd and 3. A give right side for Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list.
And the Chiefs are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace. That one out wide and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now an even 30. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. One final try now for Manning. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they